New tonight, the leaders in 3 West Michigan townships, Ensley, Nelson, and Pearson, continue to move forward with plans about how they're going to provide fire service when their contract with Sand Lake expires at the end of March. Tonight, Nelson Township met to discuss those plans going forward. 13 on your side's Nick Nelson was at the meeting. He has more on what's being discussed now.
Yeah, Juliet, Nelson Township Supervisor Robin Britton says the best plan going forward is to purchase the fire department from the village of Sand Lake. While the township has made a verbal offer to the village, she says a backup plan is in place to create a new fire department.
Tammy Koistra lives in Ensley Township and has a son with a rare medical condition where quick medical attention is sometimes needed. She says the Sand Lake Fire Department has been quick to help.
He would have seizures and stop breathing and hold his breath, and they have been my son's lifeline.
She's worried now that the village of Sand Lake has said it's terminating its contract with Ensley and 2 other townships for fire service.
Imagine having to wait for an ambulance because you don't have the fire department showing up. So imagine the fear that, me having a medically fragile child who, doesn't walk, doesn't talk, has this rare disorder that causes seizures and all kinds of other things. Imagine the fear that I have to go through.
Koistra attended a public Q&A session in Nelson Township where officials discussed how the 3 townships can move forward to provide that service. Township Supervisor Robin Britton announced this prior to the Q&A.
Nelson Township has made an offer to the village for the fire department.
Britton says the purchase of the fire department is priority number 1 in providing fire service to the Tri-County area. Although she's hopeful a deal can be struck, she says she isn't sugarcoating the fact that the March 31st deadline before the Sand Lake contract expires is fast approaching.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they will basically look at their next board meeting. I wish I was confident that we were going to make it by March 31st, but really the ball's in the village's court.
The volunteer firefighters who have served the Sand Lake Department were also recognized for their contributions at the meeting. More than a dozen of them signed a letter saying they're not interested in continuing with the Sand Lake Fire Department if they can't continue to serve the area of all 3 townships.
Most of them live in Ensley and Pearson Township that they don't feel comfortable leaving their communities behind. So they signed that letter basically stating that as of March 31st, they are done when we are done.
Britton hopes that offer can be presented at the village of Sand Lake's next meeting on Monday. Juliet?
Nick will be there. Thank you for that.